Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Will. Today on the lathe I have a lovely piece of damson. I'll just change camera here now and have a look at it. So as I said, it's a piece of damson which is PRUNUS, so cherry, from the cherry family. As you see, there's some beautiful colours in it, and unfortunately, like all fruit woods, cherry woods, it has a couple of cracks. I put some CA in that one and I put a little bit in this one. But if you look at the underside, there is loads of cracks here. So, but there is some absolute stunning grain, stunning colour in it, so I'm hoping I'll be able to get something from it. There is a crack here. Not overly happy with the tenon because there's probably a third of it is bark, so might be able to put some CA in it to toughen that up. But these cracks here, they don't seem to be on the inside, so I'm hoping they will turn away. Anyway, I can treat some of them with some CA glue if need be. But yeah, as you can see, it's moved quite a lot. It's worked this way. The tenon is even elongated with the grain as well, so even the little foot has gone oval. So so I'm gonna stick it anyway. How can I true it up a little bit better? So I need to get that tenon sorted, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little recess in here first, so as I can reverse mount it and work on the underside of the ball first. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got a good bite on that. I rough turned this piece probably about six months ago maybe, but it's nice and dry. As you can see, there's a good wobble on it. But anyway, hopefully we can get a nice bowl from it. So I'll start by just truing up the rim. So we'll start off with a 3/8 inch bowl gouge. Power up the lathe would help. So I've got 700 RPM there, which is loads. So now I've clean wood all the way around, just a little bit there, but I'm not really worried about that. Yeah, so this is chipped a little bit here where I put that CA earlier, so I might have to put another little bit there. Tiny little crack here also. So, but anyway, we'll deal with those when we need to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark for my recess. Something like that. My parting tool. So now I'm just going to dovetail that slightly. I use the smaller one. Flip them around. Hopefully I've got the size right. Just give it a little press while I tighten it. So that's good and tight. Yeah, so this is where I have a little crack here. going this way. So let's fill this one. Yeah, there's loads of cracks. There's probably 10 cracks in this area here. But we'll see. Hopefully we can turn some of them away. So yeah, I turned it in the 3rd of the 7th, 24. So that's nice and dry. So because of this piece of bark here, I'm not quite happy making a tenon from it. I'm afraid it might pop off. So I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to put a new. I'll put a new tenon on it, because I have probably an inch of material in the bottom of the bowl, so I have enough space to do it. Again, just doing 750 RPM. Again, 3/8 ball gouge. Still a nice chunk of bark there. I thought I might have got away with a 2-inch tenon, but so now I've just got my divider set. So we just marked it for a 2-inch tenon as well as a 3-inch. There's still quite a lot of soft punky wood here in this area, so. But the bowl is only a little over 10.5 inches, so I think I'll go with the 2-inch. I think it'll be good enough to hold. The colours of this wood is amazing. So now I have a tenon, and I have just left this for a little foot, but I still have a tiny little bit of bark here, so I might turn that away after. We'll see. We'll shape the underside of the bowl and see can I get away some of these cracks. See how it looks then. So again, 3/8 inch ball gouge. So 1 crack, 2 crack, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The only thing is there was no cracks on the inside, so I can feel I've definitely a good 1/2 inch, so I can probably take another pass off, but we'll throw up the rest of it and see how it's going to look first. With all the beautiful pinks and reds in this, it's going to be a whopper. Yeah, so again, I'm not happy with these cracks, so I'm going to take another pass and see can I get rid of some of them. Yeah, these cracks are quite deep. I was hoping some of them would turn away. I don't really take too much more. I can try one more cut and see, and if that doesn't work, I'll just have to put a little bit of CA glue in them. I don't like putting CA. I don't like a CA in a finished bowl. But with cherry, unfortunately, it loves to crack. So we shall take another cut and see if we can eliminate even some of them anyway. I can't get over all the beautiful colour. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, so unfortunately that didn't quite work, so I'm going to have to put some CA in it. I'm happy with the overall shape, but not happy with the condition. So, anyway, unfortunately nothing I can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some CA into some of these cracks and leave it sit for probably 15-20 minutes to harden, and I shall take you back when I have that done. So now I have lathered the piece in CA glue. I use tin CA and a little bit of activator, but you can see the activator turns to super glue white, so I don't like using that stuff. It's been left probably about 15-20 minutes, so I'm hoping it's hard enough. It feels hard enough. But yeah, no, CA is not one of my favourite things to use. But to save a lovely piece of wood like this, one must use it. So we'll clean up some of this CA off. So again, with my 3/8 ball gouge, I'm just going to do like a little shear scrape along just to clean off the surface, because I had the shape pretty good, but it's just to get away some of this crap. So that is cleaned up quite nice. Cracks seem to be all filled, which is good. Not so bad. So I can notice I have a little ridge here, so I'm just going to try and clean that up a bit before I get it sanded. So I'm just going to switch over to the little spear point scraper. Raise the tool rest a little bit. I'm just using it as a shear scraper. You see those lovely little ribbons coming off. And that has left an absolute stunning finish there. That is ready for sanding. Oh, I'm looking so forward to getting some finish on this to bring out all this colour. So anyway guys, I'm going to get it sanded and I'll take you back when I have it done. You don't want to be looking at me sanding here for 10 minutes. Sanding can be quite boring. So I'll take you back when I'm ready to flip it around and do the underside of the ball. Or the inside of the ball, I should say. Now that's all the sanding done. I sanded up to 400 grit. So it's sanded up really, really well. As you can see, the cracks are well filled. Unfortunately, they're there, but nothing I can do about that. So for this piece, I'm going to go for a wax finish. So I'm going to put a sanding sealer on first. So this is just a cellulose sanding sealer. I mix it with tinners, 50-50. Get a good generous coat on it. Oh, look at all those colours. See all the beautiful pinks, reds, browns. I have loads of cherry wood here on my property, but I don't bother processing too much of it, because it usually always just it dies a horrible death with cracks, as you can see. If you think this one is bad, I'll show you another piece when I get this finished. Just get a little bit in there as well, although I will be sanding that off. So that's a good coat of sealer on. It dries pretty quick. So now, Yorkshire grit original. I haven't used this in a while. I usually go for an oil finish for a bowl, but just because of all the lovely colour in this, I said we'd give it a full treatment. I usually don't like shiny. So if anyone doesn't know what Yorkshire grit is, basically it's an abrasive paste. So that will take my finish from around 240 up to about 1,000 grit. Piece all well covered now, so I'll just bring the speed up to about 400 RPM. 420, that's good enough. So with the same piece of paper towel that I applied the grit, just nice and gently, you just work that in, and you can feel all that abrasive in the paper towel just starting to break down. Not too much pressure, just let the paper towel do the work. That grit is doing its job as well. Usually work it in for 2 or 3 minutes until all that grit breaks down. There's a white grit as well you can get, it's the microfine, and that'll bring you up to over 2,000 grit, but in my book 1,000 grit is plenty good. So I'll just bring the speed up another little bit now. Bring it up to about 600 RPM now and just give it a last little rub in. So I can't feel any more abrasive now on that paper towel, so that has done its job. So now with a clean piece of paper towel we should clean off all that excess. So keep going over the piece until the paper towel comes back clean. Oh, look at that. That is amazing. So now I'm going to flip it around, get it into the chuck and make start on the inside of the bowl. So now all flipped around and ready to do the inside of the bowl. It's running nice and true. So I trued up the rim earlier, but I'm going to do the inside first and then I will true up the rim for the final time as soon as I get that done. So again, I just have it up to about 750, 800 RPM. Starting to wobble a little bit, so just knock it back. So just 800. So now I've gone in about 3/4 of an inch and I'm trued up nice. I might take it down another small bit. Oh my, look at this beautiful band of purple here. So nice even thickness all the way down now, just in the bottom, so where I had my recess. So just a couple of passes now across the bottom, should be good. I just want to pick the cut up somewhere here. So a little bit more. I'd switch to my 5/8 just because I'm a bit over the tool rest. It's a little bit more stable. So happy with that. Just a tiny little bit in the bottom. I think I might actually just get that from my scraper. So a little 1-inch scraper. So I'll come along the bottom with this one first. A tiny little bit more. So that's the bottom perfect now. So I just need to come up along the curve here. So I'll switch over to little round nose, little 1-inch round nose scraper. So that's cutting just nice. So I'm happy with the inside of that. So I just need to tidy up this ring. I like to just slope the rim in just ever so slightly. So that's cleaned up just lovely. Thought that little crack here opened up a little bit, but I think it's okay. So now, ready for sanding again. So again, I'll get this sanded and I'll take you back when I have that done. That's the sanding all done. Again, I sanded up to 400 grit. Just before sanding, I did notice one of the cracks had opened up a little on the inside, so I did put a little CA in that off camera. No, it was actually this one here. I put a tiny bit in that little spot there, but other than that, now the rest of it is actually quite good. So again, sanding sealer, and I'm going to Yorkshire grit. So just let that dry off. It dries pretty quick anyway. It's actually dry already. So I'm just going to nib a little Scotch-Brite pad just to smooth that off, and then I'm going to hit it with the Yorkshire grit. Paper towel is nice and clean now, so that's all the wax off. I can't get over the colour in this. It really is amazing, and that hasn't even had any wax yet, so just give that a little clean off. I'll just clean it off with a little bit of alcohol. Just to get any little remnants of wax that's left. Little bit. So nice and clean, just let that dry off. So I'm going to put some microcrystalline wax on. So it's Chestnut Products microcrystalline wax. Just get a nice little coat on, not too much. Now that's the wax applied, so I just need to leave that for they recommend 10-15 minutes for microcrystalline, just for the solvents to evaporate, so we give it a buff then. So now the wax is just dry enough now so as I can give it a buff. So bring up the speed a little bit. So I'm just doing 800 RPM. So, wad of paper towel, just nice and gently. That's done the job. So that's perfect. So now just do the underside of the bowl. Just check that for streaks, and I think it's good. Happy. So now, just to get the tenon off. So while the wax was drying, I set up the coal jaws, got the buttons moved, so it's ready to go. Just put a piece of paper towel there. Just bring up my tailstock because I have my little center point just here from when I marked the tenon, and it is actually spot on. So just keep a little bit of pressure on it just while I get it tightened up. That should be perfect. So I'll leave the tailstock there just till I get most of it turned away, and then I'll remove it. So little 3/8 spindle gouge. Just bring the speed up gradually. So I'm just doing 550 there, so that is loads for when you're using coal jaws. They don't recommend you go above 600 anyway, so now nice and gently just nibble this away. So that's nice and clean. Just use the skew there as a negative rake scraper. So now I can take away the tailstock and do that last little bit. So now I can just give this a quick sand. Sanding sealer. I still have some wax on my paper towels. Doesn't take much. So there we have it, guys. Just finished our PRUNUS Damson. Damson, the tree grows quite well here in Ireland. It has a fruit slightly bigger than a cherry, but yeah, it does love to crack though. Unfortunately, as you can see, we had to do quite a bit of repair work on this, but I was glad to be able to save it because look at the colour and the grain and the pip and everything in this bowl. It has it all going on. It really is a stunning piece. It's just 9.75 inches wide, and it will stand 3 inches off of the table. But an absolute beautiful piece of wood. It was a pleasure to turn it. So, yeah, as I said, the cracks was a bit of a pain. I hate using CA glue in wood. But I said earlier in the video I had another piece to show you. So this was PRUNUS Damson, but this is PRUNUS Cherry. So there's a cracked piece. So that'll be an interesting turn. But again, there's none of them on the inside. One crack here, so yeah, some beautiful colour in that as well. So big crack here, bit of an intrusion as well. But anyway, that's a future project, so keep an eye out for that one. But anyway, back to this one. So guys, anyway, if you like this one, give me a tap that like, and maybe subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And don't forget to leave me a comment as well. And I should catch you on the next one. So take care. Bye for now.